Hey there, Anna with Travel Tuna, and today I'm going to show you the room 7186 on Celebrity Silhouette. Stick to the end to find out the pros cons of this room. Let's get going. Anna here. Welcome and welcome back. If you're coming back to us, when you first arrive at the room, you are going to have your key cards at the room. Now, if this has been opened or tampered with, definitely go to guest services immediately, because this is also your little credit card for the time that you are on the ship. It is going to have all your charges on it. This is what the envelope looks like. They have actually given us a wonderful little card too, since we are on a back-to-back cruise. They're happy to have us. If you want to find out some escapades from our last cruise and how we ended up getting a free bottle of wine, you will have to check out that video from our last cruise, the first of the back-to-back. We also have our full ship tour, and remember, stick to the end to find out what that back-to-back process is. Let's look inside. When you first get on Celebrity, you can access your room to drop off your luggage. Since we were back-to-back, our luggage is here waiting for us. And this is Rick's first inside cabin. Now, I don't know how I'm going to like this. You'll have to find out at the end what I thought. Our last cabin was 3136, and that was an ocean view cabin. So you can check that one out too and see what that looks like. Let's see what this one is. We do have a full-length mirror here. Here are your temperature controls. Deep sleep for when you do not want to be disturbed. Here is your bathroom. Make sure to watch your step on bathrooms. They do that for flooding. If you want to see what happened. That's a quick sneak peek into what our little catastrophe was last week, a few days ago. Let's see the bathroom. The bathrooms here are good. They are great, actually. Look at all this storage. They do offer a hair dryer. There is all your extra toilet papers and sundries. They have soap, of course, a big mirror and countertop. What's nice with Celebrity is they do have some little extras. They have shower gel, shampoo, and conditioner. They also offer body lotion, a shower cap, and a makeup wipe, which is good. A little sneak peek there. There's your little toilet washer if you want that. There are some drawers here. Definitely need to clean those out a little bit. Somebody's lost their eyelash too. As you can see, my eyelashes are going from this wonderful cancer. If you want more videos about that, you can check out our channel to find out more details. I love that there is a door. This is like a Superman telephone door. A little foot pedestal there to shave your legs. Let's check out the room. We have some hooks there. I will be giving our room steward a little list. Every time we come on a cruise, we have a nice little list that we give our room steward. We always get 2 blankets, which I'm sorry, but Carnival has the best blankets. They're nice blue plush blankets. So we get 2 blankets. I also ask for ice. They don't always provide ice, but you can ask for ice. That's a little quick tip that you can ask for ice. I'm doing non-alcoholic, so I actually brought my own non-alcoholic wine. So you can ask for wine glasses, you can ask for champagne glasses, whatever you bring aboard, you can ask for glasses to go with it. There's no charge. They do have a cork fee though if you take the bottle to the dining room. What I do is I pour my glass of wine and I carry my glass of wine to the dining room, and then there's no issue. There's no cork fee. I think the cork fee is $15 if you take your bottle to the dining room. So always bring a wine bottle opener or screw tops, whatever you like there. Even the good ones are screw tops sometimes. Little quick tip. Let's get back to the room. Hello. You've got the same type of storage as on our room before. Oh, they already have robes here, so we don't have to ask for a robe. That is nice. I'm not sure if they have any plugs here. They didn't the last time. We're gonna do the under bed check here. This is a great place to store your luggage. They have the mattress cover there, so let's see. I'm not seeing it. Turn the light on. Gotta do some quick looking. Oh, we've got some trash under there. Goodies. Got some storage up here, but there was no outlet on that side. This is where you would normally have a window or a balcony. It's the same art we had in our last room. This couch will actually pull out to another bed if you have more people in the room. No USB or outlet on this side likely. Let's see what we got here. Oh, beach day essentials. This is where they have put the beach towels. That's where they had them on the last one too. Let's see if there's an outlet under here. Oh! There's life jackets. What else we got? There's a phone outlet. But no electrical outlet, just like the last one. Oh, and here they do have your safety briefing. You have to watch a life jacket tutorial on the app, the emergency horn, and then we have to go to the assembly station. A1, Deck 5, the theater. This is nice. They do offer you some morning cards. This is the coffee cards where you can have, I take advantage of this every day. You can have complimentary delivery of coffee. These are all complimentary on the left-hand side. The right-hand side does cost $9.95 for you to get those. You can get complimentary coffee delivered. A lot of times they'll call before coming and say, hey, your coffee's on the way. I do always tip them. There is a drawer here. They offer an umbrella and a bag. We usually take those for grocery bags. Here is your safe. The refrigerator. There is a mini bar set up. You can ask them to remove that or put that to the side. Drawers. Oh, and there's a pen and paper. I will leave our room steward a little list of things that we need. That is the tour of the inside. Now it is time for pros, cons. Let's go. It is time for pros and cons. And then at the end, we had some little bit of crazy things happening on this cruise that we want to tell you about. But first, your pros.
Okay, so we are in a interior room without a window.
No window.
And what's interesting about this is it's really my first time cruising in an interior cabin. This is not just an interior cabin. This is a interior cabin squared. What I mean by that is we are 2 whole rooms away from a window. It is so quiet here.
It is very quiet.
So quiet, and of course, so dark.
Definitely dark.
We don't hear anything. It's not a main hallway because we are in an interior cabin, meaning we are in the inner sanctum of the ship, and it's so quiet. We sleep great. It is so dark in here. Whenever we have to wake up in the morning, Anna says, okay, rise and shine, time to turn all the lights on.
The sun is out.
The sun is out.
Now, there are alarm clocks. So this was going to be probably the only time that we do this because I have had an interior cabin before, and I swore after I had that interior cabin that I would never have an interior cabin again. It is not that bad. And
it's a great
lot
way to
of
save
people,
money.
It is. It's a great way to save money. It is a great sleep. It is very dark. One of my joys of going on a cruise is I like to see the water all the time, and especially during this time. I spend a lot of time in the cabin, and I like to see the water, and so that's my joy. It was a wonderful sleep. I actually, for the first time, only woke up one time in the middle of the night to go pee. Which, if anyone's past 50, they know that they're getting up in the middle of the night. I'm sorry, it is just a fact of life. But especially during this cancer time, I am usually up like 6 times a night.
So how we compensated was we would turn on the TV to channel 1, the navigation channel.
Yes.
And it would show a picture of the bow.
Right.
About every 3 minutes it goes through its cycle. That's when we could tell that we had not capsized, that we were still floating.
Because we would have no idea.
Because we have no idea. And that it is daylight outside. So just turn it on channel 1 and you can see that there is daylight outside.
Yes, we actually couldn't even hear announcements. That's how quiet it was.
I think that's just celebrity being respectful.
No, well, for the drill today, the only thing I heard was the whistles. I didn't even hear them make the announcement that it was a drill. I could hear them slightly out in the hallway.
This isn't a main hallway.
No.
Because it's an inner room, we don't hear a lot of people outside our room.
Yes, that is great.
Yeah.
That is definitely great.
The cabin that we stayed before, if we were across the hall, I'm sure we would have heard the hallway traffic because there's a lot of people going back and forth on the last cabin that we stayed at.
We hear anything though.
I did. I could hear kids running back and forth.
Oh,
I could hear
yes.
Loud conversations as they got past our room, giggling and laughing. Very slight. It wasn't irritating, but I could at least hear humanity. This, you cannot hear anything. There's not enough traffic here to hear anything. Like I said, it's a wonderful way, if you're an interior cabin kind of cruiser, nice way to save money.
Yes, definitely. And there's another thing though, some ships, they will actually do a virtual screen. So if you want to check that out, I am going to link that video below because my in-laws, Rick's parents, had that on a transatlantic cruise. Now, I really liked that. You can leave it open all the time and have a window because you had the daylight, you had the nighttime, you had everything. It was beautiful. I thought it was so cool.
I would also say that this room, compared to our last room on the same ship, is slightly smaller.
I don't know.
It just doesn't seem as deep with the window. Like, the window has a shelf, so
that is very
the
true.
porthole window, and it just seems a little, maybe another foot or so deeper, if I recall correctly, because I could put my shoes back there. I was trying to find places, little cubby holes to hide things, and
there's still great storage, though. It is the exact same layout, except for the window. Maybe Rick's right. I think it's an illusion, but Rick might be right.
It just seems a little narrower here.
Well, the other thing is the layout. I don't know if you remember. So the layout of that, the bed was close to the window, and we discovered that with your parents' room when we were on the transatlantic. The layout matters.
Oh, yes.
So it looks bigger when the bed is by the window.
That's a great point.
So this layout, the bed is by the door. And the couch is by the window well.
Probably the difference.
And that's probably why it feels smaller.
Makes it feel a little bit tighter, but it's not.
I'm sure it's the same size. Another pro, though, of this cabinet that I really loved is we had a great room steward.
Amazing.
He was so nice. Goose is his name. Hopefully, maybe if you listen to this ever, he was wonderful. He was so humble and kind and nice, very attentive, just prompt with getting things.
Right.
He was great.
I know they're silly things. We like the towel animals.
We actually do.
We didn't get towel animals on the first one.
No towel animals at all.
And we got it here, and it was just like, yay!
It was so sweet. It was very sweet that they took the
things.
time to make it. So that was very neat. Do you have any more pros?
No.
How about we do cons? Of course, I did not like that there wasn't a window or a balcony.
I'm a bit afraid of heights. Okay, I'm a little scared of looking down at very high places. But my claustrophobia fear came out just a little bit in this room because I couldn't hear anything. There's no way out except that one door. The door sticks a little.
And it does stick a little. And there's no way to know what's going on.
No way of knowing if everybody abandoned ship or the last one. That's how isolated I felt. Of course, when I thought of something else, the claustrophobia.
Yeah, you push it away pretty quick.
You push it away, it's gone. Just for a split second, I was telling Anna at dinner that I felt a little claustrophobic. Even though it's the same size room, it's just so isolating because you don't hear anything.
I was the same way. I had a different fear. When I was young, I grew up in Council Bluffs, Iowa, Omaha, Nebraska, and we would have blizzards. After the blizzard, the best thing is to go out and dig in the snow and make snowmen and all this. We made an igloo this one time. I don't remember how old I was. The igloo caved in on me. And I remember I was smothering. I remember my mom did me out. Ever since then, I've had the claustrophobia of being in small spaces underground. If that makes sense. Maybe somebody could put in the comment below what that fear is.
Right.
I tried to fight it one time by going spelunking, and I had to crawl the length of a football field in 12 inches. I was so freaked out, and it didn't solve it. But I made it to the other side.
It's not like spelunking.
No,
Your
it's not like
cabin
spelunking,
is
but-
very spacious.
Yeah, it's very spacious. It added
Yeah.
a little bit of that little
It just
feeling,
a twinge, and
but it pushed it away.
it went away for us really quickly.
Tell us what you think of interior cabins. Maybe we're crazy. Tell us in the comments, have you ever had this little fear that we're talking about, or do you love interior cabins? Just tell us. Both of these cruises were free, so to speak. They were casino comped cruises. We only paid the port fees and taxes. They were both the same price. We could have many times upgraded, but I wanted Rick to experience the inside cabin.
Yep. And I did.
He was like, we can just get another. I was like, nope, we're doing it. We're doing it. But you guys want to hear about the crazy thing that happened. So what happened?
About 24 hours before the cruise ended, there was a guard adjacent to our room that was camped out. I saw him and Anna saw him, and we would talk and whisper,
What's going on?
yeah, what's going on with that guard? We've never seen a guard camped out in front of someone's room before.
I even tried to ask him, and he
Yeah.
said, it's confidential.
We went to dinner that night. I whispered to him, hey, I'm going up. Would you like anything for dinner? And he says, oh, no, I'm fine. Thank you.
I even asked him if he wanted a piece of pizza on the way back.
Right.
It was fresh, smelled wonderful, and he's different guards. They had shifts.
Yeah, different guards and a chair that was provided, and they sat there. This is where we make up stuff. 'Cause we're guessing.
We didn't hear anything.
You can rank our stories. The first story we heard was the family had a fight.
Maybe.
And there was drinking involved.
Mm.
One person is in the brig, and they were in the same cabin, and the other person has
House arrest.
House arrest.
House arrest.
And they could not leave because they were
They were
violent.
bad kitties.
They were violent to one another. All right, that's story number one.
You can tell us what story. Oh, you want to know what my story is?
Yeah, what's your story?
Okay, story number 2 is we had some late arrivals, and somebody was not very good at selling his wares and had to bring them back on board. Since we had already left when they had found out about these items and confiscated them, he is now under house arrest until he can be taken by the authorities. Dun dun dun.
I think the third story was that somebody was drunk, that they were violently assaulted somebody, could have been a crew member, and that this person came under house arrest until somebody could bring him to the authorities. Those are the 3 stories.
Choose.
Yeah, you choose. The funny thing is, when we left the next morning at 7:30 from our room, because we were leaving the ship,
This was at the end of the back-to-back.
that guard was
Still there.
That person had not left.
Overnight?
We never saw the person, but we did see that guard for at least 24-hour period overnight. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a guard posted outside anybody's room, and maybe you know the story. We couldn't
Tell us.
get the story from the actual security guard. Those guys work awfully hard.
Yeah.
Stuff happens, alcohol, it's life, but it's not what anybody should be. We're all on vacations.
Let us know if you've ever known anyone for house arrest or any comments about that. We would love to travel with you. So next time we will see you, and travel tuna.